good, good.
Just having fun with my friends here. Thanks you very much, Megan. And by the way, The Real Deal in Real Estate is back. And our expert's going to help you find the right fit to make the home buying process a lot easier. Here now, Josh Green, president of Eastern Title and Settlement. Chong Yi, he's the senior mortgage banker for Apex Home Loans. And Melissa Bernstein, she is an agent for Remax Realty Group. Welcome, one and all. Welcome back, the two of you. Welcome, Melissa. You're the new one here,
Thank
right?
you. Yeah.
Good. It still looks like a good team here. Right?
Feels like a good team.
Yeah, it does. Josh, tell me about the choosing the right title company.
Well, if you don't choose the right title company, you might not end up at settlement. So
Right.
you always want to make sure you choose the right title company. And part of that is making sure that your title company works well with agents like Melissa and loan officers like Chung, because you have to have a communication between the three of you, or else you're not going to get to the closing table.
So what's interesting is we have a choice. When do we know we have a choice? Because obviously we start with Melissa. It's like, oh, actually no, we start with Chong. Okay, get the pre-approval, and then we go out and get a home. How do we know, where does the title question come in?
Well, that sometimes it doesn't even come in because the agent usually says, oh, I got a title company. Nobody ever thinks about the title company. We're always a second thought, but we're the most important part of the process because without us, you can't close the loan. So, the process of you picking the title company is really when you get ready to sign the contract. Before you do that, you want to look in your local area. You don't want to settle with a national company or a huge company because you're not going to get that one-on-one service as you would as a local company. Like my company, Eastern Title, is in Rockville. So if you're going to buy a house in Rockville, you want to settle with a company in Rockville so you can get the keys at the settlement table.
Yeah, not only that, you're a nice guy. We talk off camera.
Yeah.
He's an affable guy. He's nice to talk to. I mean that. And you want somebody like that when you're at settlement, because settlement, there's a lot of things you're writing and signing and have to take care of.
Well, you want to have somebody who can work with you and get you, if there is an obstacle, to help you work around the obstacle, not let the obstacle become a condition of you not settling.
Right, okay. Now, Chong, tell me about your process of getting the loan, getting the money.
Very important. Before we do that,
Yes.
I feel like you and I needed to challenge Brad Edwards and Daryl.
I think we could do that.
race.
I think, yeah, we have enough athletic
Right.
status. Let me see how many Super Bowl rings. Oh, you have as many as mine. None.
I left him at home, Chris.
Oh,
I know I
okay.
can take you. I don't know about the other two.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. So you got a good start.
Sorry about that. So
That's okay.
I digress. So very important. You have to pick the right lender, just like you picked the right realtor and the right title company.
But you got to do that first. Pre-approval is so important.
Absolutely.
You can't be walking around like, that's an $8 million home. I want that. It's like,
Absolutely.
Chris, you make $30,000 a year. But, well, how much can I afford?
Right. So
you tell us.
We've talked about the pre-approval process, but it's really super important to pick the right lender, and I'll tell you why. You have competitive advantage. You have physical literacy, right? So by competitive advantage, I mean, in an appreciating market as such as we have right now, you're going to have multiple offers on a home. So when you go looking for a home and you find it, that's the first step. Second step is actually securing the contract, right? And Melissa is going to do a great job of doing that for you. But at the same time, agents know which lenders are reputable and who's not. So a lot of times it goes a long way if you pick a lender that can take you, that has a good reputation and the agent and the seller knows that you'll be able to go to closing not only on time, but just cleanly and to get there on time.
Good. Now Melissa's on the hot seat. I want to ask you about this bidding process because
Yeah.
that is a big deal. It didn't used to be 20 years ago. Now you go for a home, there's a bidding, situation. How do you do well
It
with
is a big deal, and the most important thing is picking the right agent. I think what Josh and Chong have said, you as a buyer, you want to pick a buyer's agent who has experience listing as well, because they're going to know what the listing agent's going to look for in an offer. A lot of times people are pricing now to attract competing bids. So you may have to bid over the asking price. You may have to add an escalation clause. There may be things that you have to do to make the bid more attractive because it was set up that way. The first thing I do when I'm representing a buyer and who wants to put an offer in a house is I pick up the phone and I call the listing agent and I ask what the most important things are to their seller, because it's not always price. So there are ways to structure the bid, in addition to price, things to put in there that would make the offer more attractive.
The money, I think, is a big deal too. So you guys are a great team. It's good to have all of you together and all of you working on this, firing on the same cylinders, because that helps buyers a lot, and they have to realize that. Thank you very much. And matter of fact, for you watching at home, we do have a special offer. If you go to therealdealdmv.com, you can take advantage of a free appraisal. All right, free appraisal for home and warranty, and $500 credit towards a new home. That's therealdealdmv.com, or you can just call 240-422-8871. Thank you so much for coming by, you guys. We'll see you again.